the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Yeah, the ruling about from the Accra High Court judge Justice Agyapong, wato lawyer Eduji Tamaklo argument out of court say any judge jurisdiction say be here this mandamus application because in his legal opinion election petition and it's not supposed to be a mandamus application. Lawyer Gary Nimako say a mandamus application because Electoral Commission for gazette sa declarations for these particular constituencies. Intisadia as a mandamus application. Na ye maho kwan na Electoral Commission for recollate results no the official declaration and proper gazetting of these results aba na Ghana for obiehu these particular constituencies. Why no media or minimum kind in these particular constituencies as members of parliament? Yet the parliamentary candidates are more contested for 4 of these constituencies, because more petitions and a PM court. Who are these 4 NDC's parliamentary candidates? Are more likely to lose almost seats after High Court for the sad declaration. Justice Agyapong and the sad declaration about ye focus on these 4 parliamentary candidates of the National Democratic Congress. After declaration, forced declaration per the argument by lawyer Gary Nimako on the Electoral Commission's officers now, likely so lose seat after High Court throwing out of lawyer Eduji Tamaklo's argument. 4 parliamentary candidates of the National Democratic Congress involved in the disputed constituency election results filed their respective processes to the court to counter mandamus applications of the High Court. Inti lawyer Eduji Tamaklo the arguments to counter mandamus application. These are the 4 parliamentary candidates of the National Democratic Congress. Individual petitions. Now, we are about to comply with the Supreme Court order for them to file their statement of case in 2 days from Friday after question and earlier orders of the High Court. In the High Court for the order supported the New Patriotic Party lawyers. But the Supreme Court said High Court and Amahu quite ain't see almost side of the story. Into way now almost side of the story, Supreme Court say High Court and Amahu quite ain't see almost side of the story. It is our 4 parliamentary candidates. The petitions supported lawyer Eduji Tamaklo. Now and some one petition mono and then you say the bremo. You say are they likely to lose their seats or not? Now, in their respective affidavits in opposition to challenge the mandamus application, the 4 candidates urged the court to dismiss the mandamus application from their New Patriotic Party counterpart. On December 20th, the High Court granted the mandamus application from 6 NPP parliamentary candidates, authorizing the EC to collate and declare 6 parliamentary results which were disputed. Results are by now disputed for the 6 New Patriotic Party parliamentary candidates. The High Court forecast almost recollating. December 20th, 4 parliamentary candidates of the National Democratic Congress echo challenge. Now that order has since been quashed by the Supreme Court, which then ordered for a fresh hearing of the mandamus applications from 4 of the 6 NPP candidates. Now, 4 are Charles Forson of Tema Central. That is 4 of the New Patriotic Party candidates. Almost out of 6. Almost and a fresh hearing of mandamus application. The Supreme Court for a grantee. Honorable Patrick Yabuama of Okaikwe Central. Honorable Martin Kweku Ejeyi Mensah Kosa of Techiman South constituency. And Nana Ekuya Owusu Efriye of Ablekuma North. Where the New Patriotic Party parliamentary candidate Supreme Court for a grant to say yen here a fresh new mandamus application on their behalf. High Court for a granted a throughout lawyer Eddie Tama close argument. Now, Ablekuma North. A Rabana Obin and a National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate are likely to lose the seat for Ablekuma North after a High Court for declaration. And CCI Abebe PMA. Now, almost submitted, among other things, returning officer of the EC said on making any claim of assault or threat, say you be prano, on submitting any, on filing any case in the police station, say obiso be prano and as obiso be harmon during the time or exercising the constitutional duty as the returning officer for that particular collated result of Ablekuma North. The argument, 2, that all the allegations of violence and threats at the collation center in Ablekuma North in the applicant's affidavit in support are denied until date. There has not been any complaint of assault, battery, or any threat of harm lodged by the returning officer of the Electoral Commission or the Commission with the Ghana Police Service for that matter. In summary, where's in verbatim and say allegations has not been made of violence of threat by the returning officer of the Electoral Commission to the Ghana Police Service. Sana no okay. Also 2, that for the foregoing, I pray that the applicant's application for mandamus is dismissed. She concluded in her 35 paragraph affidavit in opposition filed on December 30th, 2024. And where the argument of Irabuna Obe, parliamentary candidate of the National Democratic Congress for the Ablekuma North. Now, moving on to the second parliamentary candidate, Tema Central. Tema Central parliamentary candidate, A.B. Bright, who represented the National Democratic Congress. Now, not to say allegations of intimidation, fraud, and duress are matters of fact and law, which requires evidence to be taken, and that assignment is vested in the High Court under Section 20 of the PNDC 284 in relation to parliamentary election dispute, and that burden cannot be simply discharged by mere allegations by the Electoral Commission. Or say ya bold, say you proud, now a returning officer, as or the court, na evidence can home, send a court for based on this evidence, be declares ampa, ya bold, ye proud, our court. Na Electoral Commission and as a returning officer, entimin bien ano, and kasi ya bold ye proud. Court ain't here case, ain't here in terms of evidence, according to under Section 20 of the PNDC 284. On only argument or the bar here, I don't know. Also argue say in the instant case where there is a vehement dispute about whether the Electoral Commission has the duty to recollate, redeclare, or cancel declared results without a court order, there is a need for a merit-based evaluation in an election petition of the fact. As such, a mandamus cannot lie when their existence. Okay. There is a need for a merit-based evaluation in an election petition of the fact. As such, a mandamus cannot lie when there is an existence. According to, in cases of vehement dispute about whether the Electoral Commission has the duty to recollect, redeclare, or cancel the declared result without a court order, and to hear court order and sana, then there should be a recollection and redeclaration of result. In 1996, at Ayawaso West Wogan and Ejumako Eyan Esiam constituency, the commission detected errors and collated result sheet after the result had been declared. As a result, the commission could not order a recount, and the High Court had to adjudicate on both cases. Adding that Ayawaso West Wogan was between NDC's Rebecca Adote and NPP's George Amu, or you saw judicial precedent a course so Ayawaso West Wogan and the Ejumako Enyam Esiem as a prejudicial statement or the supporting the statement of claim in the argument against mandamus application. Now it is said, it is abundantly clear that the Electoral Commission admits that after the declaration of election results, issues pertaining to intimidation, non-compliance, misconduct, illegality, and among others, the law reserves those matters as far as they are post-declaration for the High Court and not the Electoral Commission or its officials. Indeed, the same point Rabna Oben in the buy in the argument on also the about say a High Court and it may declare of post-election violence based on evidence. Now, and yes, say mere Electoral Commission officials and never declare say Yabono and I say ye prado and intina is reserved only for the High Court. But before we proceed, Obisubet say Electoral Commission's force declaration in law is recognized as equal to that of the High Court. And the Electoral Commission officials and who said there's a form of battery, there's a form of violence, no make it report and clear to Electoral Commissioner. Na Electoral Commissioner who ekase o mantima nyo medjuma and no so nkrofo bekase den enye the same High Court level commission and the declaration about ana. Moving on, Techiman South. Christopher Bayere the NDC parliamentary candidate for Techiman Central also argued in his affidavit in opposition that the application filed by the applicant, particularly the motion paper, fails to comply with strict and mandatory rules of the Honorable Court, in the sense that the applicants has failed to endorse on the motion paper the grounds and reliefs sought. And then the first one, that I repeat paragraph 14 above, and further depose that the instant application is legally defective and incompetent, does not properly invoke the jurisdiction of this court, and therefore ought to be dismissed in limine. In the statement, so the jurisdiction of the court now, and yes, a new quine say this particular mandamus application, because in his legal opinion, legally defective. That the applicant attaches to his affidavit in support a letter dated 13 December 2024 as marked exhibit MK1. However, there is no indication on the face that the Electoral Commission actually received same, and also there's no evidence attached to the affidavit in support and suggesting that the Electoral Commission refused to perform their functions, assuming it is legally permissible to do so, for which the letter required to do upon being served with same, for which reason the instant application has been mounted. Into none of the technicalities of letters being served to the Electoral Commission and a letters evidence presented by the NPP parliamentary candidates in court and a person about mandamus application. Now call down to Okankwe Central. Baba Sadiq, a NDC parliamentary candidate for Okankwe Central. And also the statement said that the election of the member of parliament for the said constituency was complete. The Electoral Commission had no further function to the extent that it relates to coalition and declaration of the winner of the elections for the said constituency. Hence, the invitation thrown to this court asking the court to perform a function that has already been executed. He argued that once a winner of the parliamentary election is declared, the election is complete. Therefore, to the extent that I was declared by the Electoral Commission as the elected member of parliament for Okankwe Central constituency, the parliamentary elections in the said constituency is complete. That I am advised by counsel and verily believe same to be true that neither the 1992 Constitution nor CI 127 vest authority duty on the Electoral Commission to recollate, to redeclare already collated and declare parliamentary election results, and that there is no provision of law which imposes a duty on the constitutional statutory body to perform any act. Mandamus would not lie. Baba Sadiq to the court. Baba Sadiq say Electoral Commission for Omabie Omajuma into a quine in terms of law. Say say you fresh you recollate a juma you regada election you Okankwe Central you declare as parliamentary candidate. Pan is saying na court esanso tenase when na your arguments are court ni here ya omode Justice Agyapong at the declaration way aba yenkuchi
Yamo engra and some fufro emo. And my high court one more equasatana and I'm so I'm a babede just say one more ball at Wagu, National Democratic Congress. Woman Nsem-Pii, ya equa one more na one more extra say. Court no emra kwamono woman say woman Nsem-Pii a new patriotic party NPP amayoko no woman de aqua dan woman. Enti enra bra high court no equa asatana no. NDC for one woman jina say and some no NPP for one de kwa no and she be omdi gu akwam se abatuo ya na anu ada ekokoto ye enrahye bedwamo adie no constituencies matwon peso ahodo bia electoral commission no declare ye edema NDC for no wo mo pese wo mo fa kwan bia so na chese edane ye wo bra wo mu ni emra nhyehyɛ ye eso Namranshi ya NDC for more can wasemi section 16 and 20 PNDC law 284 no emu na sections I would wa meka ye nyina no HSE say wase abatoɔ ehunsunsanso election results no we betimi a contest ya na gise kwan papa so no ekoye election petition ansan wo matu sa na mo no na nso NDC for case ansem we wo court no MPP wo mo lawyer Gary Nimako onu wo anya dwene ema wadi tuja ese wo mo masam no de akọ high court no enye se bia ebebo ensunsanso bi atoaguo na emom no wo mo pese wo mo hwe ehunu san hye da na kwem electoral commission no abato commission atenaye no emra ya yede ahye ne nsase wo mfanya adwuma no se adwuma no pepepe en won mo eje afa krani mako echirechi mu se results de se yan gazette yan tintim yan publish ya hu hye agodo no wo bi nkase bia ekwakwa election petition so obetimi afale election petition agisa sane yama we nyina yatumi aje enti wo sisa case we de enqualify sa eye election petition na wo mu efanu ni nyina ka won mu nsem wieye no na Justice Agyapong woni NPP wo mu argument no woni wo mu eya adwene na Nsem emu no and watch us away enya election petition said the NDC for wo mu legal team no wo mu pese wo mu ekire no enti said the ye ekire no de wo mu pache nyanse beboa ma electoral commission no wo mu betimi aye wo mu adwuma emra no e de ahye wo mu sase wo mu enye enti asem we no aba no de na chese ruling we no court no e de aba no e de dance ye pefe se asem pote no a MPP for wo de call ye no ebre anase ekwanya dem ese wo mutumi edisa ensem no sam beka yi a asem we no efrase na constituencies awodo bi te se Wakaikwe Central, Ablekuma North, Tama Central, Nina no na MPP for one more challenge say one more declare ye edema NDC amanyoku no enti se no a court no edini mu ye aba ya workers super face say MPP for one more asem no one kan sane yetie no sa pepepe enti afa ni ye beko asem poten no so na afa no de beko akosie no ehunsunsanso no so one de ebetu edwa afe yemra mesen enko enra anwumre ya na eyeda etwato ewo mfiempi no ene adueno enan no mom eba se ya nipa ni asonda emubo ma se bi mie ka se oho asofo wonu mu ayehye nkomo ne ade obi a etremu edefre ni nyankopon na eno ena prophetic hill chapel a kofare by ena do dono aye odifo Niger Geze wode etudwa ewo ne nra ne sum ne mom se emma John Dramani Mahama ya to be yini mampani otiapam Omani remfi ne ho de biara da enyam from so a NPP for aye bie ya enei ato won mo ntase ni akasa efri se twedi amponyankropon ehwa won mo to akonwa enfom so no ne de him wo se NPP for ewura fi aforibuchia eni afopono a won ekọ animu adesre ekosre twedi amponyankropon ho tumi ma odi tumi ne hye won mo nsa ebra won edi nkunim ewie ye no afa wo mo dane won mo chi ade kire sa aforibuchia no nanso nka wiase nka ensa atete aduane amawadi amede
deɛ enkansa sɛ de biara da wode wono ekno se ekosa ensa no kwaka de firi hoda nanso NPP for eyesa ena nyame a wonpɛ bɔne no wa kyerɛ wo munyansa ewo abaye to no na ano yɛm na ɛyɛ NDC ya John Dramani Mahama wodi animu wose papa yi ebra wo kɔ opposition emfie mpenu ni edu ensia no mo menkoa ne odifo ya megyina wo nkyɛn ebra empo na tumi afiri wo nsa ama medin deɛ ɛho ba asɛm me ho bɛtan medan efiri me nsa meka de efiri me nsa ma asɔre ma bebre kura agyaye agyapade na so mo bebre efiri me nsa adan a makɔhyɛ nkom de afa John Dramani Mahama ho ya nkom hyɛ no so na ɛyɛ de nyame aka bɛba mu so bɛyɛ nkunimdifoɔ saa nkom hyɛ yinti me ho ba tan pa na me de me nka hwɛ me nkyerɛ wokɔ amagya akyema me ɛyɛ nkaye no wɔkai NDC ɛne John Dramani Mahama sɛ ɛma wɔn mo mɛyɛ mfom so a wɔn mo di wɔn manim kan nei wɔn mo di nkuguo no wɔn mo yɛyɛ no nkuguo no asekyerɛ ne nyinaa ɛyɛ sɛ afɔrebuchi a wɔn mo kɔɔ so adesrɛ no odi nkunim wansan kɔ hɔ biem yentie ɛyɛ odifo Niger Gazer bi a ɔde saa nsɛm wɔ yi atu dwa
the NDC for not forget their roots. If